When it comes to Golf laser rangefinders, it seems that you really have two options. You can either spend around £100 and get a cheap laser rangefinder from Amazon that may not be very reliable and feel a little bit plasticky, or you can choose to spend significantly more money and get a premium laser rangefinder, something like the Bushnell Tour V5. But what if you're looking for something that sits in the middle of those two options? Well, let me introduce you to the Motocaddy Pro 3000. I can't believe that's the name, honestly. Pro 3000. Is that an Iron Man joke? I love you 3000. In terms of core features, you've got pretty much everything you could want. So you've got a slope mode, you've got a scan mode, and you've got a flag lock mode. And with the flag lock, it's got a vibrate function when it locks on. It has 7 times magnification, which is a little bit more than quite a few others out on the market. I'd say the standard is 6 times magnification. I can't remember off the top of my head how far the laser rangefinder actually works, so I'll bring it up on the screen right now. But safe to say, it's more than enough. Something that I do really like with it is actually how clear it is. So the screen, when you've got it on just scan or flag lock mode without slope, is nice and uncluttered. You've got plenty of room there, to be honest. And actually what I'd say is you've got a really good kind of field of view with it. With some rangefinders, you kind of feel that you really have to squint and get it in the right position. With this one, actually, I feel that I'm seeing loads through this rangefinder. So it's actually really impressive. I really quite like that about it. I'm stood here after my tee shot and my GPS says I've got around 160 to the middle, but it is on a really significant slope. So what you do, you just cycle through the mode button here. So initially you've got it on just scan mode. You press it once and you get it on flag lock mode. You press it again and you get it on scan mode with a slope option. And then you press it one more time and then you get it on flag lock mode with the slope option as well. So it's telling me it's actually 156, but it's playing 171. That's where slope mode really comes into its own. Yes, it's not tournament legal, but if you're out here on your own and just practicing for yourself or you're playing casually, it's really what you want it for. While we're talking about slope, there's one thing that you might have just picked up on there, and that's to get to the slope mode, you have to use the menu button or the mode button and cycle through the different modes. Whew, this is a steep hill. Now on other rangefinders, for example, I've got the Bushnell Tour V5 here, you've actually got a big switch on the side, so it's really obvious whether slope mode is on or off. So from a competition standpoint and being fair and clear and making it obvious that you're not cheating using slope mode when you shouldn't be, you can't really do that with the Motocaddy. That being said, if you're using the Bushnell, are they really going to know whether or not the red light means that slope mode is on or off? In terms of price, here in the UK, the recommended retail price is £270, although often you can get it for around the £220 mark. Now with a premium Bushnell Tour V5 costing around £350 to £400, that's quite a significant saving. So what's the actual quality like of the Pro 3000? Well, I can tell you in hand, it's pretty good. Most of the materials here have got this kind of nice rubbery, soft touch feeling on them. Doesn't feel cheap and plasticky in the hand, which is generally what you get when you buy the cheaper rangefinders off of Amazon. It's quite small and compact. Actually, I'd say it's a little bit smaller than the Bushnell Tour V5. And you can see here, it's got a little bit of a notch just on the bottom there where your thumb rests. So it's not anything too extreme, but it does sit nice and comfortably. And yeah, I've got pretty small hands, and you can see there, sits nicely in the palm of my hand. The buttons as well on the top are nicely spaced out too, and they've got a good click to them when you use them there, and they're pretty big as well, so you're not going to have any problems kind of pushing the wrong button or fumbling around trying to find them. I mentioned before the actual image quality is really good, so I'm impressed with that too. And you get a pretty standard style rangefinder case with it as well, but it does come with one little party trick. So if you have got a Motocaddy golf cart already, then you can see here you've got a little clip on the back that specifically fits on the side of your golf cart. Actually, I quite like that because then it's not dangling too low off the side of your bag, it just sits a little bit higher and a little bit away from your bag. It's a nice touch. One thing it doesn't have, which would have been nice, is actually a magnet on the side of it. So you can't have it all. But in terms of usability, I've had no problems using this whatsoever. It picks up the flag just as quick as any premium rangefinder that I've used before in the past. And that's really what you care about. Is it going to be accurate? Is it going to be fast? And is it going to be consistent? And I got to say, it is. As always, I've included any discount codes I've currently got down in the description below, and that includes a current code for a free towel when you buy this from ukgolfacademy.com using the code GGRLaser. I've got the Bushnell Tour V5 in the bag. Maybe we should do a head-to-head. So, starting off with the Motocaddy, let's have a look here. It's picked it up at 186. Nice and quick, we're gonna do it again, and 186. There you go, so twice 186. Now let's try the more expensive Bushnell V5 Tour Shift. 186. And try it again, 183 that time. We'll give it one more go, 185. So there you go, pretty much the same yardages. There was a little bit more variation with the Bushnell, in fact. The Bushnell did lock on ever so slightly quicker, But really, there's not too much difference between the two. Now, I am a big fan of some of the cheaper rangefinders that you can get on Amazon for around £100. Not all of them, mind you, some of them are pretty rubbish, but some of them, such as the Aether or the Melissi, are actually pretty decent value for money. So why should you consider the Motocaddy instead of one of them? Well, in terms of actually their job as a laser rangefinder, they do pretty much do the same thing. I've proven on other videos that those cheaper ones can work just as well as the more expensive premium ones. So it's not that the Motocaddy does the job particularly better than those. What I would say is that you're getting a much nicer feel out of this. It's not nearly as plasticky. And a nice feature with the Motocaddy is that you're getting a 24-month warranty. Something that you're probably not going to be getting with those cheaper rangefinders. In addition, this is a clearer viewfinder, that's for sure, compared to some of those cheaper ones, and the layout of the buttons and the feel of it is just a little bit better. So if you don't really fancy going for one of those super cheap Amazon ones, but you haven't really got the money to justify spending £350, £400 on a premium one, then I think the Motocaddy Pro 3000, despite the name, is definitely worth taking a look at. Now, if you're still not sure whether one of those cheaper Amazon rangefinders are the right ones for you, then why not check out my comparison video between the cheap Amazon Aether rangefinder compared to the premium Bushnell Tour V5.